Hello, hello, hello. Haven't did this in a minute. If y'all can hear me, say something. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Mary. Give me a wave or something if you can hear me. Good evening. Good evening. Love technology until it start doing crazy things. So if you can hear me, say something. I don't like not being able to hear myself. Let's try. Okay, I think that's me. I got too much stuff going on. I need to turn something off. So if it keeps doing this horrible lag, what I am going to do is actually just go directly on Facebook because I am doing Facebook and YouTube together at the same time via my media production studio. So I think it might try to do some crazy things. Awesome, awesome. So let's turn off one of these cameras that I don't need anyway. It's a sign that I need to do this more often. Good evening, Mary. How are you? Hello, Rachel. How are you? And everyone else that's on. This isn't designed to be a really long message. It's just a great thank you, etc., and all this other kind of good stuff. So I'm excited to be back on live, which I have not done in years. For me, for other people, yes, but for me, I have not. So this is going to be interesting. As much as I should be able to hear myself, I cannot. So 1 second, and then I'll just get started, say what I got to say, and then I'll be off, and then head to Instagram, party a little bit over there, and keep it moving. Keep it moving. I actually have someone that's going to be joining me as well, so I'm waiting on that also. So at about 1 minute, 7:35. All right. So we're live on Instagram. I mean YouTube. We're live here. Ooh, 7:35. Hey. I don't like to really make these things long and drawn out. Um, I just pray technology works in our favor on this evening. I thank you all for joining me as I celebrate 14 years with the V2L Enterprises. It has been a long journey. Okay, I guess I need to turn the volume up. The reason why I couldn't hear. So it's interesting. I'm dealing with the topic of manifesting your vision, and my vision of getting this broadcast up and running is going crazy. So if anyone is on YouTube, just say hey. Um, all right. So apparently this isn't liking me right now. One watching now on YouTube. Who's watching me on YouTube? So something about Facebook. So apparently it's not liking Facebook. So I mean, keep forward. Uh, okay. I'm sorry. All right. So yeah, extreme situation going on here. So I'm on YouTube. I'm not on Facebook, and I'm probably just gonna say what I got to say, and then proceed to Instagram or whatnot because I don't understand what's going. Actually, I do understand, and you know what? Let me just proceed with the message and keep it moving because this is a big distraction. And the weird part about it is when I think about the whole idea of manifesting visions, as I do, the biggest message that comes up is about distractions. And so, even as I think about the 14 years that I have endured everything it is that I went through, the good, the bad, etc., um, is a journey that I realized that was more so made for other people and not for myself. And it took me a while to realize that because when we think about entrepreneurship and business ownership, we thinking, oh, I'm about to make some money, etc. That's the selfish way to look at it. That's how you look at it from the perspective of I'm in control of everything. But to understand that God is really whatever it is that He imparted into you to be grounded is to know and understand that you have to understand how is that going to relate to other people. Yes, we do make money. Yes, we do impact lives, etc. But at the end of the day, it's all about how am I fully manifesting? Am I doing everything I'm supposed to be doing to fully manifest what it is that was implanted in me, imparted in me, rather, and doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So even though right now this is supposed to be a celebration of 14 great, glorious years of bringing visions to life. I wanted to really encourage and motivate. And these technical difficulties are really trying to, they trying to really distract me and deter me from just getting out what it is that I really wanted to do. Because all I really wanted to do was push people to dig deeper, think deeper, and understand that nothing is going to be in vain. So I don't care how much you do or don't do or whatnot, you got to keep pushing. You have to evaluate the people that are around you, evaluate the situations, evaluate how you even got in the situation to where you decided you even wanted to proceed forward with doing whatever it is that you want to do, right? So whether it's a business, whether it's going back to school, whether it's completing school, whether it's just moving on to another day of life, for those people who may be contemplating trying to take their own life, again, nothing that you do um, is going to be in vain. We all have the ability to feel, to think, etc. But the key piece of being grounded is what is your motivation for doing what it is that you're doing. And when it doesn't go the way that you want it to go, you're probably doing something right. 14 years, nothing has gone the way that I thought it possibly should have or should go or whatnot. It has always been when I get off track, God sends me reminders to get me back on track, and then that's when all the topsy turvy things that have been going on tend to somewhat line back up or whatnot. No, this is not part of the message that I thought I was going to be speaking on, but right now I'm just going to speak straight from the heart for what I have, and then when I get on Instagram, we'll see what happens there. But I'll focus on what I have for the next 10 minutes. So, again, as the scripture said, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but a power and a sound mind, um, so on and so forth. You know it. What's the scripture? 2 Timothy 1 and 7. Um, Understand that 14 years ago, when I created this company, the notion wasn't to create a company. I wanted to be working. I wanted to go back to school, get degrees, etc., and all this other kind of good stuff. I made a plea with God my first day of work after graduation that after sitting in my cubicle, I did not want to be there that long. I really said 5 years. Now that's the weird part. I said I can't do this 5 years. I can't be celebrating 15, 20, 30 years at this place, sitting in this cubicle, doing whatever it is. I just could not see it. Went through 7 years of school that was kind of gruesome or whatnot, but it was like this is not it. And I knew then that that was not what I was intended to be doing or whatnot. I was thankful for the opportunity. Still thankful for it. I learned a whole lot. Even up until my departure 5 years later, that was kind of abrupt, not by my own, but it happened. And upon it happening, it pushed me into this whole era of making something happen that I had no idea what was going to be going on. I knew how to start a business, I knew how to register it, I knew how to do all that kind of stuff. But again, it's one thing when you plan out, ooh, these are the steps that I'm going to take. This is when I'm going to start. This is how much money I'm going to make. All this other kind of good stuff. But I wasn't given that opportunity. I was literally thrown in the lion's den, if you will. And upon that, it was a matter of really just figuring it out as I was going. It was like kind of basically that was faith into the ultimate extreme. On this day in 2009, I was sitting doing paperwork for an event planning company, and I had no idea how I was going to get clients, if I was going to even be making enough money, how much I was going to be charging people. I knew none of that stuff. I just knew that I was about to be the most legendary event planner in the world. That was it. Still was trying to apply for other jobs and all the other kind of good stuff, but it was almost like, no, I have a plan for you. we going to see to that plan or whatnot. And I'm like, well, can you tell me what the plan is? because right now I don't know. And to know and understand me, I need to kind of know what's happening, when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, or whatnot. Otherwise, it's like I'm good, peace out, and that kind of good stuff. But as I was sitting there, I guess you can say jobless, moneyless, etc. It was a matter of just write the plan, write the vision, make it happen, and like make what happen. So here it is. I'm executing something that I have no idea what it is that I'm executing. So it's a matter of, yo, if you trust me, if you have enough faith, then get in my face and understand what it is that I have for you to do with this whole thing. So a lot of times when we try to be manifesting these visions and creating these companies, we take God out. We pray for it, like, ooh, let me do this, etc. And then we forget that, oh, we got to stay grounded. We got to keep doing what it is that we're supposed to be doing. It's not a matter of, okay, just sit here and do it and it's just going to happen. The moment I try to do it on my own or whatnot is usually when the chaos happens. And when that particular chaotic moments and episodes happening, then it's like, okay, I got to get back grounded. I got to get back in alignment. I got to get back on the road. I got to get back to working what it is I'm supposed to be working, and stop, trying to do all the other extra stuff that was going on. Usually in those parts, that's when I had to realize that company was bigger than what I thought it was going to be. It's bigger than me. It's not for me. Um, it's for someone else. So in the matter of even creating the name V2L, the whole notion of bringing visions to life, I kept in a box, and I put it in a box because I thought, again, I was just only here to do events, about to be, planning conferences, expos, etc. Because that was my niche, planning corporate level events, not planning parties and that kind of good stuff. I was a conference planner while I was in college, and that's what I knew how to do. That's what I focused on, and that's what I wanted to do. Again, did all the things that I had to do. So even in the midst of doing it, it's still a matter of, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Because now you got people coming to me wanting stuff that was not in my wheelhouse. You want an event? I got you. I had no graphic skills, so you need a flyer, maybe a logo. I got you. Because again, I put all that as part of the package with the event planning perspective. So it was just a matter of, okay, let's do it. Let's go make this money. And that is not how it happened. It is not how it happened at all. Because the more and more I try to just stay within the box of being Nick the event planner, etc., life started happening. And life continues to happen even in the midst of it. It's like, okay, these funds that I had are running low. Getting people to say yes to planning an event, blah blah blah. It happens, it don't happen, etc. So then when I realized that I had other means of really making money, I was like, all right, let's do it. Let's get to it. It wasn't a matter of why was I designing this logo or this flyer or this brochure or whatever. It was just do it, because in that moment it was survival mode. Survival mode means you just doing what you need to do, make money so that you say you got revenue going. But was it in alignment to what I was supposed to be doing? Absolutely not. Did I particularly care about, what these people were trying to do and where they was trying to go? I absolutely did not. And honestly, even the whole purpose of doing this, and again, I'm gonna have to really do it again, the way it's supposed to be, was my idea, notion of being connected to a vision larger than mine wasn't in my process. Bringing a vision to life means, okay, whatever you are given, okay, you tell that to me, I'm gonna make it happen, and then you go away. 14 years later, it was almost kind of like I was like, no, absolutely not. No, again, we know when people have the ability to move things forward. Sometimes we put trust and faith in people to be able to move things forward, and they don't have the anointing, the skills, the ability, or the desire to even do any such thing. So what happens is we And actually, I'm sorry. Pause. Because I need to. This is wild and weird. Share this to Facebook. Tell them to get on YouTube if they desire they want to be on. Something just told me to post that on Facebook, so that's what I had to do. So my apologies. Um, so getting back to the whole thing of again manifesting the vision of this company, not realizing that part of my purpose and journey is to help other people get to their journey. Again, I wanted to just hey, let me know what quick fix that you need in this exact moment, so I can do that, and then I can keep on moving or whatnot and that kind of stuff. So I never did the pricing structure to focus on doing a whole lot. I didn't do any services that were focused on anything long term. It was a matter of let's see what we can do, give you the best, fastest, quickest, high quality solution, and keep it moving. When at all it ultimately what's supposed to have been happening is for those projects that I was supposed to be assigned to work on, etc. Um, the whole game plan is we're sitting together, we're listening to God. You're listening from the perspective of operations and what the vision actually is. I'm listening from the perspective of execution. So what I know in terms of development, marketing, etc., making it actually happen, but also staying grounded to making sure that there's some level of accountability on behalf of the vision holder, i.e., the client. So for those particular projects, that may mean I may be with you longer than just one quick creation of a collateral or asset, and I may be with you for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, or until one of us transition to the next life or something or whatnot. That was something that I was not in the process. Having a long term client, yes, absolutely. But seeing a vision develop from $0 to $1 million, etc. This is one of those things that I was like, oh yeah, let's talk about it, but let's be about it and put motion behind it. Nah, that was not what I was thinking of or whatnot. So the whole thing now is really pushing people to do it scared. Do it to make sure that you actually get it done, and not for the purpose of saying, "Well, I have a business and I'm doing this and I'm executing a lot of tasks." Understand what your purpose is and who is it that you are supposed to be impacting in the process. That's manifesting the vision. Most people get it, some people don't. But at the end of the day, you have to understand why you're where you are and why you were created to do what you're supposed to be doing. That in itself, it trumped all of my moments of anxiety, depression, loneliness, isolation, etc. Because at some point I had to snap back into it and like, oh, wait a minute. I have clients that's sitting and they're waiting on me. I have people who are dependent on me to get something done and completed so that they can move on to their next level. So even to the point of trying not to self neglect myself, my health, my well being, etc., finding that balance was the hard part. So the matter of, again, you can manifest, you can have these great things, but please don't lose yourself in the process. Understand what your purpose to do, but don't allow anyone to prostitute it, you, your gift, your talents, your skills, your vision at the end of the day. Make the moves, be in big motion, make it happen as much as possible. We're here to prosper, not to sit and just, be in wallowing in self pity or in moments of doubt and despair, to the point to where it's like we're doing stuff, but now we don't see any progress. Some of the worst times I had is when I start a project with a client and either they don't follow through or some other stuff happens and then it just end up into shambles or whatnot. But then y'all got the other clients, like some of my current clients, to where it's like I receive my motivation, to keep pushing by seeing them push, by seeing them flourish, and moving on and that kind of stuff. So again, it's a matter of like, those are the moments I'm like, yeah, dude, pull out your Superman cape and keep flying. And then there are moments where I'm like, oh, what could we have done better? Should we have done anything better? Was we even supposed to be working on that project, or was it the money chasing type situation that happened and occurred, or whatnot? So, as I kind of close out this segment, if you will, I just want to make sure that whoever gets to listen, see, and hear this, understand that your purpose is far greater than what it is that you think it is. Whatever you get a chance to sit, pray, meditate, write down in those moments, understand it's for a bigger purpose. You're here for a global impact. A lot of us don't want to think global. We want to keep it local and do what we can do, but understand that to those, how you say, those soldiers who are given the greatest tasks and assignments, your reach is far greater than the people that you know. So prepare yourself for monumentous tasks, for the, the moments of reaching people that you have no idea who they are. Don't think it's strange for strangers to come and be impacted by or inspired by, empowered by what it is that you have that's within you. Keep that moment authentic, keep it genuine, stay grounded, stay focused, do what it is that you know you're called to do, and just make it happen. That's a simple message right now. I want it to be way more, but I'm going to just let that be, where we kind of pause and where we stop as I proceed to go to Instagram or whatnot. But essentially, I got to do this again once I work out these situations, with this production software. But again, it comes with the territory. So a lot of times we want things to go perfect, and it doesn't always go perfect. And that's the will of God. God is going to do what He wants to do, when He wants to do it, how He wants to do it, regardless of what we think that we want to write and make it be. There have been plenty of times where what I have written have gone completely off script and into a totally different direction. Do I give up? Absolutely not. Do I stop? I almost did. I almost was like, you know what? I'm about to take these clothes off, because it's a whole suit. It's not a matter of me just sitting here, with a shirt or whatnot. I got on a whole entire suit, minus shoes or whatnot, for the simple task of I'm celebrating 14 years of doing something that even in my mind I didn't think would last too long, and other people probably didn't think it would last even shorter than what I thought it would. But believing in me, giving me a chance, and keeping moving is what again inspires and motivates me each day that I give up. Get up. Even the days that I decide that I don't really want to do this thing today or whatnot. No, you have to keep remembering why you're doing what it is that you're doing and who you're doing it for. So whatever your why is, whatever your motivation is, keep that in the back of your mind, but make sure that the first person that is always impacted by every decision that you make is you. At the end of the day, yes, it's here to empower other people, but you're the one that has to do the work. You the one that have to, keep the vision going. You got to keep the light burning, etc. So make sure you're doing everything it is that you can do to be greater and bigger than anything that you could have ever imagined or whatnot. Thank you for listening. I hope you got something out of that. Stay tuned for, I'm going to just say part two or whatnot. We're going to, again, try this and do it bigger and better or whatnot as God sees fit. But hopefully you got something out of that. And I thank you for tuning in. Hit me up again. Stay tuned for all the